very rainy, blustery morning down on the Thames foreshore today. It's quite early, it's about 7 o'clock and the tide's on the way out. It's great to be outside. I don't know if I'm going to find much, it's probably going to be a bit sludgy, so thank you for watching and I'll be back later to do a roundup. Oh, just look at this. That's a beautiful shard, and I found a few of these before, and I've always been glad that the shard has broken in the right place so that that little girl has not been separated from her parents. And it's the same with this one. Isn't that lucky? So I've just seen over here some ammunition, and it's not the usual 303 round. It looks a little older. Here, look. It's nice because sometimes when it's been very rainy and stormy, you come down to the foreshore and it's just very, very sludgy and you can't see a thing, but actually this morning the visibility is absolutely great. That doesn't mean I'm going to find anything, but it certainly makes it easier. I've just seen a bit of pipe stem here. I'm going to see if there's anything on the end of it. It would be great if there was. Let's have a look. It's possible, it's absolutely possible, I think. So, the stem's still going on. Oh, is this going to be a successful pipe extraction on this rainy morning? I hope so. Oh. It is! Oh, it is! It's going to be a rainy morning, successful pipe extraction. How exciting! Oh, look at that! Oh! Wonderful. It's just so incredible, isn't it, that these pipes survive so long. They're so delicate, and yet it's been sitting there in the mud. This one looks as if it comes from about 1820-ish, so almost 200 years, and it's still intact. And it's that black colour at the moment, but it will fade. So Boo and James, if you're watching this pipe extraction is for you. I've just made a really intriguing discovery, and I'm trying not to say interesting too much, by the way, because I've watched a few of my videos back and realised how much I say that word. So I'm trying to find other words to express myself in that sense. So I've just found something quite intriguing. I just flipped over this bit of pottery. I always do, just in case there's something intriguing on the other side. And indeed there is here. Now, it is a willow plate, common, but look, what makes it different and what stands out is that it's got in the middle mess number 24. This is the first time I've found a piece of willow with evidence of it actually being in a mess. And you know what? There's lots of willow around here. I've never found a piece with that on it before. So whatever ship this was on, they were using willow plate in the mess. That's just a fabulous discovery, I have to say. Here are my morning companions arriving for their breakfast. So luckily I happen to have come prepared with some healthy swan food in my bag. So let's get that out. That's it, I'm afraid. I have no more healthy swan food left. No more, that's it. So I'll see you next time, guys. Now what's this, I wonder? I'm going to have a look, see what it is. It might just be the top of a bottle. Let's have a look. It's not the top of a bottle. I wonder what it is. Ew! Oh my gosh! Look! It's a pipe! But not as... or is it? I don't know what it is actually. Is it a pipe? A pipe bowl? But it's not a clay pipe bowl. Oh my goodness. Oh wow, what an interesting find. Wow, wow. Okay, let me just give this a little rinse. The swans are all excited because they think I've got more food. Okay, I'm going to give this a wash here. It looks like a pipe bowl, doesn't it? But I'm not sure if it is. It's a massive great pipe bowl. Yeah, do you know what? Oh yes, it is. And look, it would have had a lid on the top as well. So you can see the little hinge. Well, that's a change from my usual pipe. Ooh, look, the swan's pleased. Oh, look at you, looking all beautiful. Oh, you're all looking beautiful. Aren't you? Look at you. Gorgeous. Oh, and you as well. Oh, I'm having a beautiful display. Well, going back to this, which certainly looks like a very large pipe bowl with a brass bit on the top, I am very happy with that. Very happy. Thank you, River Thames. Now also, just down here, I've seen the bottom of a bottle and I just prized it out, thinking it was probably going to be broken, but it's not. It's a beautiful bottle, and it actually also has some lettering on it, which of course is exciting because then we can find out where it's from. Look at that beautiful iridescence on that bottle. That's gorgeous. Again, let's give it a rinse and see if we can see what it says. Oh, I'm loving the colours on this. It's like a rainbow. Oh, isn't that special? So it's something London. Ah, Windsor and Newton. So it's going to be paints, isn't it? I expect, or ink. But it's got a very pretty little design on it there. Look. That's beautiful. Oh, it's a chain. I wonder if there's anything on the end of it. A plug or something. Let's have a look. What is this? Actually, it probably is a plug. Let's give this a wash. That's quite nice actually. It is a plug, but it's a cork plug. I've just seen something else in the mud here, so see if you can see it. Just pan across very slowly. There are lots of lovely nails here, by the way, and I do pick these up because I use them in collages. But it's just over here. Can you see it? It's this here. It's another button. And it looks like a general service military button from World War I or World War II. And look here, there is a stunning pipe bowl. It's a little bit broken, but I can see that there's a lovely design, and also, yeah, the stem is so short there, isn't it? I guess it looks like it's supposed to end there, but I don't think it is. Yeah, we'll have a better look later, but it looks like bunches of grapes. Well, it's been a really fruitful morning despite the bad weather and the rain and the blusteriness. And I can't wait to get home now to have a look at these finds a bit more closely, especially that pipe, which looks really quite fascinating. And so in the meantime, I'm going to show you some footage from some previous outings, and I will see you back later for a little roundup. I've just been doing a bit of scraping around here, and as I scraped this bit, I saw like a little brooch or something flip over, and I haven't picked it up yet, so I don't know what it is, but I can see the pin just there. Can you see it? It's yeah, just there. Now I'm guessing it's probably something from the war, maybe like maybe a cat badge. Anyway, I haven't looked at it yet, so it's pretty exciting. Let's have a look and see what it is. Yeah, there's a crown on the top, and it's quite delicate. I can tell it's very delicate, and it looks like it's got some letters. M something. Let's find some water and give it a rinse. Like spitting. Right, there's a little rock pool here. Let's give it a rinse off. Oh, MN. MN with a, okay, so it's a little brooch and it's got a crown and it's got M and N, and it looks like it's got like a rope, a tied rope around it. Oh, so is that maybe the Merchant Navy? Soon find out. I'm picking up this piece of wood because it's got what looks like a little tiny carved S in it, which has piqued my curiosity, so I'm going to take it back with me and see if I can find any other scrawlings on it. This. Looks like a jelly mould. What is it? Bizarre. What is this? I thought this was a jelly mould, but it's clearly not jelly mould, so what is it? Is it the top of a lantern or something? You are all having a good day wherever you may be, and I'm now back at my studio and I'm going to do a little roundup of the objects which featured in today's video, starting with this rather splendid pipe, which makes a great change from the usual type of pipe which I find. So I'm rather delighted with this. It's got like a brass bit here on the top, so it looks like it used to have a lid. It's made of wood. And on the side it does have a very, very faint maker's mark, which looks like it says something like Gov, spelt G-U-V, Gov Nor. And it also has, on the little metal bit here, some kind of hallmark. So if anybody out there might be able to identify that hallmark, I'd be very grateful to hear from you. It obviously dates a lot later than most of the clay pipes which I find, and I'm thinking it's probably early 20th century, maybe sort of 1900s to 1940. But it's rather a lovely pipe, and I suppose it would have had something that screwed in here, a removable sort of stem, if you like. But completely different to my usual pipe find, so I'm very thrilled with that. And then going on to my older pipe, this long one here, of course I consulted, as usual, my pipe book, and as suspected it dates to about sort of 1840 to 1870, so a nice 19th century clay pipe. Still got a nice length to it, and on the heel here it does have a maker's mark. And I think it's GW or OW, I mean possibly it's an M, but it looks like a G and a W to me. And I've also got this little pipe bowl here. This would probably be more of a late 19th century design, and it does look like a little bunch of grapes here. It's broken, but you can still see that really nice design. Now moving on to this fragment of willow plate, which I have to admit I find absolutely fascinating. You find a lot of willow down on the Thames. It's quite a common form of pottery to find, but I've never ever found one with a mess name and number printed out on it. So where was this used? Was it on a prison hulk? Was it on a naval ship? Certainly it was used in mess 24. And if anybody has any thoughts about that, I'd love to hear from you, because I have found other mess crockery, notably the little bottom of a bowl which I found not that long ago, and also this plate here with 44 on it, and I just love that sort of typology there, that old-fashioned kind of lettering. Just find it really attractive. And also this bowl here, which comes from the HMS Pembroke from mess number 115. So I'd love to know who was eating their dinner in mess 24 off of this plate and where it's come from. So staying on the military and naval theme, now let's have a look at this little button here, which is a general service military button, and I think it probably dates back to World War I. On the back, the maker is a W. Twigg, and he was making buttons in London from around about 1840. Now we have got this little lapel badge from the Merchant Navy. It was an on-war service lapel badge. A Merchant Navy World War II on-war service badge. Now the Merchant Navy played a large part in World War II, and George V granted the title Merchant Navy in honour of the sacrifice made by merchant seafarers in World War I. And in World War II, the Merchant Navy played a huge part. 32,000 merchant seafarers were killed aboard convoy vessels during the war. Now moving on to this bottle, which had a beautiful kind of iridescence on it when I got it out of the mud, which has faded slightly now that I've emptied it, but it's Winsor & Newton, which obviously still exists today. They sell paints and ink, and so this would have also held some form of paint or ink in it. This piece of wood, I really love it. I noticed quite by chance that there's a tiny little carving of an S here at the end. And then when I got it home and gave it a little wash, I noticed too that just here along the top there's also an S which has been carved in there. Something that I would really love to find is some scrimshaw by a sailor or somebody, some carvings in bone or wood or ivory, and so finding this was quite special, even though there's just one little letter which has been carved into it. Somebody has obviously sat there on deck sort of having a little go at carving their name perhaps, and then tossed it overboard into the River Thames. Now here it is. Now this pottery here with this little family on, I know that it comes from a particular design which has a name, but I can't remember for the life of me what the name of it is. So do you know what the name is of this design of pattern with this little family standing hand in hand, the mother, the father and the daughter? Here's one which I found earlier, and luckily the family are together in both pieces. What else have I got? A little plug here. I might be able to use it in a collage. Very pretty plug. And I also have this thing here, which probably is the top to a lamp, I would imagine. It looks like it has some kind of hinge here. So it must have opened at some point. Looks a little bit like a jelly mould, but of course it isn't a jelly mould. So do you know what this is? And I think that is it. Oh, and by the way, the swans. I was so delighted to be with the swans when they were performing their little ritual dance. And when I looked it up when I got home, because I'd not seen them doing that before, it is indeed a type of courtship ritual. And apparently when they do this several times, they're actually bonded for life afterwards. So I feel very honoured that they chose to do one of their dances when I was right there next to them. It was really very, very special. So thank you very much for watching. As usual, if you know anything about any of these objects, please do let me know. I'm always very happy to hear from you. And if you've enjoyed my video, please like and subscribe. And I'd like to wish you all a very, very happy week ahead. And I will see you again soon. Thank you very much.
Open up the window, I'm breathing in the last of September. I can feel the wind blow, and the late summer sky is like a dying ember. Everything is turning into gold. When the autumn leaves are playing chase, it puts a smile up on my face. They leave their branches one by one and whirl around there just for fun. Some are faster, some are slow, and some are high and some are low, dancing through the last days of September. Since I was a little